with that, we start the real last episode and epilogue for these characters.
Yes. Welcome back, everyone, for the last wonderful session of Black Aurora. Last we left off, and this will be the last time I get to say that for this campaign and this group, the party was locked in battle against Kite and Villis, a recurring thorn in the side of order and peace and prosperity, and managed to bring her down alongside the new risen gods of Elcast. Kite was cast into the void, never to be seen again, and an era of peace was brought upon Elcast finally after nearly 900 years following the Great Tragedy. In that time of peace, I narrated the epilogues, the rest of the story for the majority of the NPC cast, and we told a little bit about some of the side characters the party has made for the various subplots. But we are not quite done yet, as today we will be telling the stories of the last few subplot characters and, of course, our primary four protagonists. I don't really have much more to say other than for those of you who are watching now or watching in the future, who have stuck out this campaign with us, I am so incredibly grateful, and I hope that you stick with us for the next one. If anyone in particular would like to start, be my guest. If not, we could always do it D&D style and roll some dice for it. So, if anyone has...
Hey, Becky.
Yeah, let's roll some dice for it. Yeah, roll some dice for it. I don't think we're gonna be rolling any other die, so
This could be the last roll of the campaign. Yeah. So I would like everyone to roll a d20, please.
Middling, okay.
Do you want high or low?
I like middle. I like the middle.
All right.
Wow, we have. Wow, this is pretty.
We tiesies.
13 to 14. I guess I'll ask Tyrbryn and Medea to roll off.
Okay. Again.
7 for Medea. It's also not Tyrbryn necessarily. But
yeah.
Name popping up. 10.
Okay.
So we have 13. We have 14, 13, 10, 7. Okay. Well, Peria.
Oh, shoot.
Roll of the group.
I'm not first. I love the middle.
Okay.
Maybe it feels right. People kept calling Peria the main character for so long.
Look, you're the
only one from the first group.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only one that lived the entire campaign. Now, granted, you changed classes like 5 times.
Died 3 times, kept changing between Paladin, Sorcerer, and Warlock.
Yeah. Charismatic AF.
Yeah, lots of charisma.
Alright, yeah,
we began your story with Evelyn Knight and her kindly grandfather arriving at a train. How do we end Peria's story?
Ooh, alright. Well, I think immediately following kind of this whole Apostle War, she and Vivian would probably go back to Gardas, though, and help stabilize, but it's probably pretty stable at this point, so they'd probably move over to the more Calciphilian areas in the north, kind of help rebuild. Definitely would go back to Bartoon's Rest and kind of reestablish the orphanage there, and have a better connotation to what it once was, with all of the Bardest things no longer a thing. And then kind of once things were stable enough, I think they'd take a nice needed break and just kind of travel the world, be tourists, be like nobodies.
She got her straw hat on and everything. Like
yeah, them sunglasses.
yeah.
Vivian's master of disguise stuff going on.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And probably during that break, she would reorganize her crazy binder of notes and string into something coherent and start writing down kind of the tales that they've accumulated over the years, technically.
Technically, too, for your characters.
Yeah. And probably at that point, her and Vivian would engage. I think they would probably elope, to be honest. And just kind of keep it themselves and not tell anyone, and then tell everyone, oh yeah, we got engaged, and then have a wedding for everyone else.
I love that.
And then and probably spend some time in Susail with the Crimson Clan. Probably maybe Peria getting a little bit more involved in the politics, maybe not, maybe a little bit more of like the heritage kind of thing.
Yeah.
But definitely establishing like a martial arcane like division type thing in Susail. Because that was something that was definitely lacking from Peria's perspective.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Since her mother was a war battle mage, she's a battle mage. It's like, come on.
That's a good point. Orlith kind of was pioneering that in her time, but never had all the traction that you and your group do. So I think that's very possible for you to get that started, to have some arcane influence in the Crimson now.
Yeah. And then teach the heresy of shifting.
Shifting auras.
Yeah. True shifted auras, the heresy.
Yeah.
And then probably, so I was probably from now to 30-ish. 30 years old, so that was about a 10-year-ish time period. And then around at the end of that 10-year time period is probably when Peria probably got strong enough to know how to cast Wish at that point.
Yeah.
Remember? I don't know.
Within 10 years of non-combat, I'd say you could eke out 2 more levels.
Sweet. I just need 1.
Oh, even better.
Okay, great. So, assuming this wish spell doesn't get used during Camille's subplot, has yet to happen, and nothing terrible fails, she would probably use that wish spell so that she and Vivian could conceive a child that's genetically theirs. Their offspring would be named Calliope, also aka Callie.
I love that.
So she would probably mostly resemble Vivian. She would end up being like a swords bard of some kind. She has a passion for learning and studying like Peria. She's a big nerd, but then she's also stabby stab. She definitely has a knack for perception and persuasion, much to the mother's dismay. It's like, oh no, what have we created?
Yeah.
And then also around that same time, they would adopt a male fire genasi, and they would name him Cyrus. And he would be a wizard, maybe like an evocation or a blade singer, something magic, fighting, blow things up. And he'd be a nerd as well, and would probably study abroad, in addition to spending time at the academy, which I will get to in just a moment. Definitely much more soft-spoken, but is way better at magic than his sister, and will definitely rub it in her face. So, all right. So this academy, I don't have a name for it because I suck at naming things, but it would be probably established in the Holy Land to kind of give like a central location for the world, and also so that way Vivian can continue to do her Master of Spies things in the Holy Land for Dior, and then they would be close. They won't have to be, continents apart anymore. And this academy would be focused on like academic, martial, and magical studies. Probably would collaborate with Calcifel and having like that academy, maybe like send students back and forth of like an exchange program. Maybe also some Susalian stuff, probably Gardas, Bardas, eventually the whole world, I don't know. And it would definitely be open to everyone, and they'd have a scholarship like program for for those that don't have families or means to attend, so that way, everyone's welcome and has an opportunity to learn.
I really like that.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
They'd probably like bring in all of the important NPCs. I think Juniper probably would get hired at some point, and Peria would have to have a discussion with Juniper of like, look, you need to tone down like the murdering and like the assassination, the poison, let's keep it till like,
Vivian would have to come in and be like, listen, I get it.
Yeah.
But not here.
No, we've done that already.
Yeah.
We saw what happened. We don't need to do it again. And then also Lieutenant Lorelei of the Verdant would probably get brought in later to have like engineering, science courses. I don't know, Dresden maybe. And then probably maybe Avosi. If he felt so inclined to do a sabbatical every once in a while.
Yeah,
like, hey,
could.
just teach a couple classes.
Get away from the mother-in-law for a little bit.
Yeah. And of course, Auntie Violet would be invited to teach if she would so like, maybe like a seminar type of thing.
She'd be very busy, so she might stop in for a seminar.
Yeah,
once in a while.
It would never be a permanent thing.
Yeah.
For sure. And then the twins, obviously, Medea and Mira, would of course be invited to do a similar thing if they wanted to. Maybe like a wood shopping arrow class of like, this is how you make the best arrows in the world.
She would definitely do that.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah. I could stop in for a class.
Yeah. Well, I know you're busy too. Your own kid.
Yeah.
So, and then let's see. I'm just checking through my notes real quick. And then during the next like 50, is that right? It is right. The next 30 or so years, it's weird, elves.
Yeah.
So much time.
Yeah, I know.
They would definitely take their kids back to Susail for like vacations, holidays, stuff like that. And then I have a note here, which is hilarious. I wrote this a while ago. And every time they'd visit Susail, Auntie Violet would have more and more cats. And each time, somehow they left with one. And they don't know how. So, yeah, the cat ladiness.
Went into the bag of holding.
You don't know what you're doing.
I know.
You're like, where did Blackie go? What happened to Blackie?
Wait, how did this cat get here? No. I will teleport that right back. Let's see. Yeah, and then as the years went on, probably just Perry would continue to teach, run things, maybe beg to go on a mission every once in a while with Vivian and be like, please, the children, I'm talking like an adult right now, please help. And then eventually they get old, they retire when they're like, I don't know, 80, 90, I don't know. When do people retire at that age? When you die at 160?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's true.
So, and then they would just basically be a home base for their children and other people's kids to pop in unannounced, just like Perry did with. So karma comes back and get the sendings. Hey, I'm here. What? What do you mean you're here? I'm right outside. Let me in. Oh man.
I didn't even do the dishes yet.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I see the future of Peria. Boring.
Nice, calm. It's calm.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
Filled with love.
I like the peaceful.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. I think for Vivian's part, of course, she goes along with everything you said. As you mentioned, she does eventually take on the part of a spy master for Emperor Dior, using her skills she learned in the Order to try and further the peaceful endeavors of an organization for once. And in the twilight years, when she retires with you, she probably would eventually give that up and pass it on to the next hopeful spy master. and you two enjoy the remainder of your lives into the next campaign, as you are still alive, thanks to your half-elven and her ASMR heritage, keeping you. You're a bit old. You'll be seniors.
We'll be senior citizens, but
You
will we
ain't
have
gonna
the
be fighting
sass?
nobody anytime
Yeah,
soon.
there might not be much of them showing up and kicking ass, but
No,
who knows?
that's
okay.
Hard to say.
Maybe one
But
more.
your kids, entirely possible. But your grandkids, perhaps. Hard to say. We'll get into that. So, all right. Next up, we have Mira.
Yeah.
Oh, Mira. It is Mira's. Yes.
Yep.
Right.
So, why couldn't I roll lower? So after the ascension of the gods and my sister's wedding, Mira finally decided to settle down for some time. Mira, Galasay, and I assume, because the DM didn't say anything, Ayuna.
Yes, there would probably be an awkward conversation following Ayuna's awakening. It's probably awkward at first, but the understanding that you love Galasay, Galasay loves you, Galasay also holds special feelings for Ayuna. You do form a budding relationship as a trio. As to how far it goes for Mira, I leave that to you. But yes, that does happen.
Planting the Spire seed after attuning to it within Gardes. Not wanting to have either of them leave their homeland, she put both of them ahead of herself and decided to move to Gardes. Mira did eventually come out to her mother about her one or two girlfriends. I imagine you can just imagine her reaction as you will. But with the amount of money from all their adventuring, they could live so many lifetimes worth without having to worry about money. But not wanting to stand idly by and also wanting to share all of her love with arrows with the world, Mira decided to open up a shop from within her spire. She would name it Knock on Wood and sell a whole slew of arrows and bows, including, but not limited to, her own supply, as well as what the Verdant had supplied, and eventually setting up shipping straight to her location. She also started to work with all manner of local artificers and getting her hands on basically any person she could get in on her crazy arrow scheme. She did. Lost my train of...
No worries.
Her adventure may have turned out differently gotcha. Jump forward. She knows that some people might look at her crazy for making all these different types of arrows, but she knew their worth. Her adventure may have turned out differently had she not had the right tools for the job. And at the heart of it all she really wants is just to help other people be successful. It just comes off as being obsessed with arrows. Between the time skip of between now and the next campaign, I imagine because magic, the throuple having 2 children, both of which with Galasay, one with Mira and Galasay, and one with Ayuna and Galasay.
Okay. They's loved, man. Yeah.
But aside from that, she's mostly just retired, running a shop, and I suppose she would come over from time to time to teach a lesson for Peria. Maybe it's like a summer course only.
Yeah. love that.
That's about all I have.
Okay. I'd say with the growing the era of peace and the growth of technology over time, there is a thought that maybe occurs to me at a point where, maybe arrows would get outdated at some point, but they never seem to. Not your arrows, at least. Even with the advent of firearms eventually entering the world of Elcast, there is still a growing demand for your ingenuity in your craft of arrows. And the world never forgets that arrows are useful.
Goddamn right.
Okay. Next up, we have AJ, Violet.
First, I'm going to start with Tyrion, as this is much shorter.
Yes, whoever you'd like to, your characters.
Alright. To say Tyrion had a full life would be an understatement, especially considering his species lived so shortly. In the short time he had as a wolf, he had been all over Elcast, met so many people, and done so many things. Adventures, fighting in wars, espionage for rebels, and for a short time, even leading a rebellion, and much more. He followed the teachings of God, his mentor and friend, and one day achieved just as he did, inner enlightenment. Even though Tyrion's body has aged and passed, he was not gone, as he reincarnated in the form of a dwarf. And unlike most dwarves, he was a bit different, as he had fully white hair and a beard, with piercing blue eyes. And he would live a lot of those years out, helping his closest friend, the Galisay, with whatever she needed. Always there as a strong shoulder.
Don't mean to interrupt. Do you mean
Sorry, yeah, not Galisay, Adelaide.
Okay,
Adelaide?
I
Okay.
was
I was
slightly.
confused
Yep.
about that as well.
You're like Nani.
My mind was on Galisay because he
Understandable.
Yep.
Understandable.
Yep.
I just wanted to. Yep.
An open ear to listen to whenever she had problems, and always a guiding word of wisdom. However, being that she was human, that did mean soon she would pass, and he would live on. And though he would always be available to his friends, who still continued, he would vanish into the wilderness, becoming a sage of wisdom to all who found him or sought him out, always guiding them in the ways of the teachings of God. Now for Violet. It being 800 years past her time, having suffered greatly at the hands of her own people, forced to become a weapon to slay her own father. These facts never leave Violet's mind. But they did not forge her path, nor do they dictate how she moved forward. Hardships and love eased the rage in her soul and helped her to realize the potential she had and who she could be. Following the rise of the gods, Violet would take on her role as the leader of the Violet clan and forging its path. Despite this, she never neglected to spend time with her mother or sister, making up for the many years she went without a stable family. Violet would invite many whom she had met across her travels, should they seek a new home, into the Violet. She would also take in any and all who seemed like they didn't have a place, welcoming them in with open arms. She would also seek aid from the many druids she had met to help heal the land of Susail, as through many years of hatred, skirmishes, whatnot, the land had been damaged somewhat, and had partially led to scarcity of, space, food, whatever you may there may be. And with their help, Susail had grown significantly. Having been given the responsibility to guard the axe of Zenodama, which held her soul, became a very, I want to say, prominent part of Violet's life. Not so much that she felt it was something that no one else could do, but something she took pride in doing. Not because she hated Zenodama, but because she understood her, felt bad for her. Another thing she did, if a bit unintentionally, was make Susail a veritable hotspot for cat lovers. Every time she would leave the country, she would return with a good number of cats, depending on how many she might be able to get her hands on.
Just Kai Zane sitting up in heaven. Fuck yeah.
The words of Quilwell echoing in her mind, you can adopt as many cats as you want.
Quill absolutely like, what have I done?
Oh, yes, as this did not stop for a long time until all of the leaders of Susail have realized cats were kind of starting to take over as the dominant animal and maybe even species of Susail.
Absolutely
Thanks
destroyed the
to
ecosystem.
Violet. And so they would all come together in a bit of an intervention, like, we understand your love of cats, and it's great, but where did you stop? There's too many cats. And
Maybe
of course,
we could.
Violet would point out Quill's words, and he would have to relent and maybe make her a little something to compensate. Maybe a mention full of cats.
God, you're gonna leverage the destruction of Susail's ecosystem for a mansion of cats.
Yes.
Just yes.
After this, Violet would stop bringing cats to Susail and probably relocate some to a fitting home. However, Susail is now definitely still a veritable hotspot for cats, and she was not willing to get rid of them all.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Even though Violet's life became very busy, she would always make time at the end of the month, specifically, to visit the resting place of Zenodama's roots. And though she wasn't sure if Zenodama would be able to hear her, she would talk to her for hours on end, telling her of the events going on in the day, and how the world was getting by. And she would always end these chats with the words, "I will not forget you." And eventually, that would turn into something a little bit more, as she would form a song
Knew you were gonna do this.
Songs.
based off of those words. Why is it not popping up in
Oh, it's in general.
posted-
There's
you
a
posted it,
YouTube.
yeah.
There's a YouTube one. Yeah.
that she would sing to her at the end of every chat? Again, she didn't know if Zebedona could hear her, but if she could, she hoped that this might heal her soul somehow. All the pain that Zebedona had to endure, always looking over her shoulder, the expectations kite through on top of her, very unwarranted, just never giving her the love she deserved. And she hopes that one day, if she ever did meet Zebedona again, that she would remember all of these times. Around her mid-40s, Violet would often find herself missing the long ventures that she went on with the others, and with the New Horizon having been used to drive forward technology, she no longer had a fast way of getting around. So she would reach out to Chorus, ask him if maybe he'd be willing to take her on a trip or two, just for a week using his ship, as she knew it could teleport. And this ended up becoming a bit of a yearly thing for them. Just putting their second in command in charge for their trips.
There's a week out of the year where Narkashan sits on the throne and is like, finally!
Most of the time, they would go to the Boundary Ocean to fight giant sea monsters to relive their old days as warriors.
Of course.
Exalted Flame duo.
Mhm.
However, they would also spend time in more relaxing places. Maybe a trip to Sfaraj once in a while. And this kindled something further than a budding friendship, even the apprenticeship that she once had, as eventually the two found love for one another. And that love eventually would lead to marriage. And of course, children. Violet would end up bearing triplets.
Damn.
For Chorus.
Jesus.
Naming each after a significant person in each of their lives. Endorius, the once adopted father of Violet and original emperor of the Violet clan. Q10 II, named after the original child who suffered so much. And then for Chorus, Julius, the father he never got to truly know. Each child would become amazing people in their own rights, each inheriting the strength of their parents. However, Endorius would follow more closely in his father's footsteps in fighting style and abilities, and also would find more of a home within Barbas rather than Susit. Q10 II would be a little between both, adopting fighting styles from both sides, and acting as a go-between for Barbas and Susail, trades, it's whatever, And Julius would take much more closely after his mother, and her fighting styles. And of course, all three children would adopt the mantle of the Aurora elite and exalted flame. Through rigorous training of both parents, each child becoming amazing warriors in their own right.
I can just imagine a conversation one day between Violet and Chorus. Like, we can't just kick the crap out of our kids, but that's how I taught you. We'll have to figure out a new method.
It's a good training method, though. Despite each child's difference, they all would have one thing in common. As Violet would invite the children to the resting place of Zibadona's axe every month and tell them the stories of who she was and Violet's unique perspective on Zibadona. They are aware she was not a good person, but they're also aware everything that was levied against Zibadona that brought her down the path she went. And each of the children would adopt the song that Violet created. And over the years would come and visit Zibadona with their mother, sometimes one at a time, sometimes all together. But it was important for Violet that they knew who their grandmother was, and hopefully their grandmother would know them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not done yet. I was.
Oh my god.
As Violet began to reach the final years of her life, she remained strong both mentally and physically. Obviously, not to the point that of her prime, but she never got so bad to the point that she couldn't walk on her own, nor did she lose the memories of who she loved around her, and was able to keep a clear mind. And in her old days, she would focus more on raising the Violet clan in her teachings of remembrance, honor, respect, and forgiveness, and acceptance, most of all. As the Violet clan does not take in just those of a violet aura, but any colored aura, as this was Violet's vision. Not a clan of a singular color, but what Violet as an aura represents, the unity of Elkinkind. And amongst Susail, not just the Violet clan, and probably even in other nations across the world, Violet became a beloved figure and leader. And as her final day came, a grandiose ceremony would be held for her life, as all of Susail, probably some of the Holy Land, maybe even a lot of Bardists would show up for her funeral, and her children would end her funeral with her song, and much of her clan, and maybe many of the others, would join in. Afterwards, a statue would be built in her honor and image, to which, year-round, seemingly, no matter when you would visit the statue, there would always seem to be at least a half dozen cats lounging around it.
Yeah.
As if to recognize Violet's love for them. Or maybe it was Violet's spirit herself drawing them there. And every year, the Violet Clan would gather at her statue to sing her song, as this song would become the anthem of the Violet Clan. And even after Violet's death, her children and grandchildren would visit Jibadama's resting place and do as Violet did. Tell her of the recent events and sing her the song. This was Violet's legacy.
Brava. I love that. So
Thank
sweet. I love that.
No.
Go!
No.
Go!
No.
Ah! I love it. I love it.
Okay. Becky.
Yeah. Okay, so I know I said some stuff for my other NPCs. Can I just go through all my NPCs again?
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'll end with Medea.
Sure.
With Medea. Okay, so Kayleon. All right, I'm just gonna read all this shit verbatim because I already wrote it out how I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
So, sorry if it's not very expressive.
Oh, you're
Doesn't have
fine.
to be.
Okay, for Kayleana. I don't have much for Kayleana, though I will say that she and her mother Kapala will make every effort to get back to where the storm giants are in the Azure Cloud Mirror. Even though the Indigo Stormguard are long gone, those of the Cloud Mirror may not have certain runic arts from which the Stormguard people had. Kayleana wishes to see the place in which her kind and had made a home, because she'd never seen it before, and share her runic knowledge with them and learn from them. Perhaps this Azure Cloud Mirror can be her new home. She'd make every effort to.
It's
get
not
back
hard.
there.
Part of the new campaign will be, as airship technology grew, eventually the Azure Cloud Mirror became a world-renowned skyport. So it's very possible
Ooh.
for her to have gotten back there.
Sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
that's probably how she does it then. All right, cool. All right, that's it for Kayleana. I don't have like
Okay.
her backstory, what she's gonna do.
That's fine.
She's just gonna go up there and have a good life, you know.
Happily ever after.
Happily ever after for Kayleana. Yes. All right, Mixie. I told you guys already, but kind of an addendum to what I said. So. All right, Mixie will be working in Kraskin Co's in the Dragonfang district of Port Chimera to perfect Mixie's Moxie, mass producing and distributing it throughout Elkest. Learning from both her brother and Co at their shop, she gets quite adept at replication and revising the formulas of all kinds of potions, not only on a palatable level, but an alchemical and arcane one. Though she doesn't have much magic innately, her brother's friend and business partner, Co, has been screeching with excitement about a fellow Aarakocra recently achieving divinity. Maybe she'll pray to him for help with magic. After all, a god of knowledge, surely this Kedrick knows something, right? You know, I never really did believe in gods and the like. But hey, I can always start now, can't I? So Mixie gets quite studious despite her boorish nature and goes on to follow in her brother's footsteps at the Venomist Academy, becoming a connoisseur of potion making. She has always loved to watch him make potions when she was younger and hoped to be able to make one that's 100% her own someday. So basically me saying she's going to go into a subclass of alchemist,
Sure.
warlock alchemist. She's going to dabble in that.
Okay.
After Krask, her brother, starts to wean physically, he's a half-orc, half-elven. He lives about a max of 80-ish years-ish. She helps tend to their shop in their absences. Krask, now being an old man, exclaims, bedridden and tired, "Mix, you can't make a name for yourself underneath the banner of two dead man's dreams. We all had so much fun together, but now you need to forge your own path and find your own dream, dear sister." Not being one to tarnish her brother's dying wish, she heads out to the Holy Land, having heard wind of some surprisingly talented mages there. Some even archmages. Mixie will probably be much older. Half elves live to be around 80, 60-ish years.
Somewhere in there.
Something like that. Yeah. In the next campaign, but you may see a once country bumpkin, now alchemist with flasks in hand, beelining it down the hall of a newly found Seekers Guild. Essentially.
That.
Yeah. All right. So Dara. Stone Dara. Okay. Oh, okay. Dara eventually leaves Limestone after hearing of their services being wanted at outposts being erected by Medea at Iron Pit in Bardest. Having a personal interest in this matter, Dara tells Medea that her tribe is a particular race of Nephil that are created from these very undergrounds and knows it as well as their tribe very well. Okay. There will be struggles in your efforts, especially in the Bardestian region, Medea. Do so with extreme caution, for my peoples will not tolerate the Elkin uppers delving too far into their territory. They have watched from the shadows of the Under-Elk, ever aware of the upper dwellers' vertical movements and ready to defend their land. Dara tells Medea of her tribe's custom and their prophecy, known as the Rumbling, given to them by the Great Giver millennium ago. The Elkin know this as the Descent that happened 20 plus years ago. It led to the Tontanzan tribe's prophecy being fulfilled, the Rumbling shaking the Under-Elk from the Descent's physical impact being their battle horn. This is how I came to be above. My tribesmen and I came from below Claimholm. Justice for the Great Giver, filling their hearts and a fervor to bring the Rumbling prophecy to fruition. As you can see from my exterior visage, I'm partially made of aurokite. Those of Claimholm took advantage of my tribe's unique material structure, our primitive weapons being no match for theirs. Those who did escape their greed fled. We traversed to Iron Pit, an easier target at seeking revenge for our fallen brethren, and the Great Giver being a simple mining colony. A night raid orchestrated by my tribe ensued, killing many innocents, simple workers of the land, the Great Giver's land. This action I was and am deeply remorseful for. Ultimately, my people decided to go back to the Great Giver's embrace, their numbers decreasing too quickly to recover, though their alienation and frustration at those of the surface have potentially still survived. Dara helps Medea to map out the places unknown to an upper dweller, though constantly warns Medea of venturing too far deep, avoiding the tribe's settlement and their ire at all costs. The Tontanzan tribe like their autonomous community and do not wish to be bothered. Zara becomes a captain at Bardest Dominion's Tups entrance, a way of redemption for her past transgressions. There's a time where Dara has to quell disputes between the two factions. There are still some tensions even 101 years later after the outposts are made. The Tontanzan tribe's chieftain Giada feels that they're being slowly invaded, though with Dara's involvement in negotiations there, eventually a successful and binding territorial treaty made between the Nephil community and Tups. You'll find out what Tups is in Medea's story. Okay. All right. Finn. Let's go, Finn. All right. Okay. All right. I need a drink. Okay. I'm good now. Okay. Finn. Okay. After the battle with Zivadona, Finn realizes that his life as Triple XF is over. His stage name, Finn Flying Fingers, died when All for the Queens did. Though his passion for the mandolin and music still remained, Neri did his vengeance after Zivadona's just death. He finally found peace in avenging Elverna Sweetstar and her bandmates' deaths. Although he will never get to know Alverna's answer to his question before the Calcivel show, he still goes and sits with fresh pink lilies, her favorite, on her grave in Kaitark, where the others he laid begin to wilt as a symbol of his love for her beyond death. Despite his arrogant, crass, and flippant flippant demeanor, Finn actually has a soft spot, a strong altruistic responsibility for the poor and down and out, the so-called dregs of society. After all, he used to be one of them before Dosh and his band of orphan misfits took him in Valertana, when he was a street urchin. He has more money than he knows what to do with now, and well, there's only so much drinking and debauchery one can do with that much money without killing themselves.
Abosi agrees.
Yeah. He decides to put most of his newly gained fortune to good use, and with Emperor Dior's cooperation, makes a conglomerate of safe havens, his old mentor's original creation, in every capital and large city of each continent, except Gellum, of course, because, Poles.
Yeah.
He continues Dasha's work, cultivating young minds' love for music, and a place for those society deems as others to belong to. Finn finally understands the true meaning of the words Dosh said to him all those years ago. You can be a half-decent musician and get by, but if you want to be truly great, your attitude and showsmanship has to be. Through all of his hard work in managing the goings-on of each safe haven, the superiors there he and Dior rigorously handpick. He sings songs of the heroes of Elkest and the new gods to spread their name recognition. Ein and Cloak at the forefront of the god songs naturally. Though there are those to whom he never shows or tries not to show his true altruistic nature to, the Camilla Vanguard. They already hate him. He'd rather them hate him than picking on him ceaselessly for actually being kind. The unending embarrassment that would produce. He spends most of his life in this way, finding that being a bachelor, albeit a lonelier existence, has its perks of freedom from being tied down to a family, and he can be who he truly is. Though the smiling faces of the children and downtrodden at his safe havens who hear his songs, that gives him a sense of home that nothing else could. Finally, Medea. Okay.
He's a decent person, my God.
I know. He was the whole time.
I know.
He was. He just, he had to act like a dick.
Yeah.
He had some trauma.
Yeah.
Did he have
He
to?
did.
Or did he choose to?
He chose to.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah. All right, Medea. Okay.
Medea.
Before leaving the Holy Land, Medea privately comes to her mother and stepfather and tells them about her pregnancy and Paisane's sacrifice to be a god. Despite the outward confidence Medea showed Paisane to ease his mind, she's still unsure she'll actually be a good mother without him there. She weeps, totally letting her tough exterior shatter, sadness of him being gone emanating from her. Elonea, potentially enraged at her son-in-law's disappearance, nevertheless reassures Medea of her strength as an individual, and they have a much-needed mother-daughter bonding reconciliation. Medea tells Emperor Dior after a month or so that she can no longer live in New Renati or be an active Camilla Vanguard or a guardian, though she will always be at his call when he needs. She will sell her home, asking her sister if it's okay to do so beforehand.
Yeah, we
it's
sell
also her house.
We
You sold it? Okay, great.
we sell that house. I move.
Okay. And she'll live in the Vestorland in Bardest to help Chorus with the power vacuum situation there. determined to fulfill her promise to Pizane to watch over the Bardest land and its people in his place. Medea will become the right hand and bodyguard to Chorus, though does he really need it? After all, she does have decades of experience in that field, ever the keen and perceptive eye. In her later stages of pregnancy, she will become more of a consultant to Chorus, giving him reassurance of his plans to make Bardest a more peaceful and lawful land, to which he becomes not just her employer, but a long-standing close friend. 8 months later, Medea has a healthy baby boy, light taupe, elven skin, green eyes, with tail, claws, and ears much like Pizane's. She names her sister as godmother of her new son, Zubair II. Let me get...
Yeah.
It's not... He's so cute.
He's so cute.
He's so cute. Okay, hold on.
Post it.
Here.
Make sure it's
This
in the
is-
Black Aurora one.
Yeah.
Yes. I just
Some
checked
people
it.
are putting memes in the new place.
I know I did. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
It is so
Stop.
cute.
Oh
He's
my
adorable.
god!
He's so
Anyway.
cute.
Oh my
Look
god!
at him. Look at him stream.
Look
Oh
at
my
it.
He's
I want all of
adorable.
you to look at
Oh,
it. Yeah, he's
That's
cute.
so cute.
Love.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
All right. After having Zubair, she becomes a doting mother. Unlike before, she gains a new appreciation to the word family and tries to see them as much as her job enables her. Visiting her mother, sister, Peria, Q, her friends Lena Lise of New Renati and Cribis in their respective locations. She especially enjoys sparring with her half-sister, and after having her son, noticed she has become rather rusty in her swordsmanship. Or maybe it's just because Talon's just that good. Zubair wants to be as strong as his aunties, he says, as he, a small 5-year-old, is determined to pick up both their bow and sword in hand. It's adorable. Medea raises Zubair to the best of her ability in Bardest's capital. At night, while Zubair sleeps, Medea prays to Pizane, not in a worshipping way, but more to feel like she has a connection to him, telling him of Zubair's progress and the day-to-day, like he's sitting there with her. She may have a lingering sadness that swells in her at times, because she cannot see him physically, but she finds that distance and time does not limit the love you can have for someone, and she knows he hears her prayers. This loneliness is a struggling lesson that Medea will learn to overcome as Zubair grows into early adolescence. Zubair will ask, "Where's father?" or "When will he come back?" To which Medea replies, He's doing the most important job in the cosmos. But be sure that even though he isn't here, he sees you, he hears you, and he loves you very, very much." Medea eventually tells Zubair, when he's a little older and able to understand, who and where his father, Pizane, truly is. To which, with a personality much resembling his father, says, "Well, that's freaking awesome! My dad's a god! Can't wait to tell my friends! They'll be so jealous!"
Little demigod.
Yeah. "Sorry, Pizane. You kind of had to know, and you'll find out anyway with time. He's a smart boy after all." Medea exclaims, shrugging and smiling, looking at the painting Dior made of Medea and Pizane on their wedding day in hand. All right. Medea's life is filled with joy. Her son, her light. She sees him grow up while staying, for the most part, the same physically. As he gets older, she becomes more and more worried for his well-being, however. Despite her distaste for being a stifling like her mother was in her youth, she sees that she has become much like Elonea, ever protective of her child. She tries to keep it in check, though the apple doesn't fall far, huh? Zubair, as an adult, becomes a well-respected, high dignitary of Bardest, known for his optimism, friendliness, and physical might, gaining name recognition not only in his homeland, but on the world stage. He looks at the statues erected of his father across his homeland with pride, knowing from the stories his mother has told him that he was an incredible person. Eventually, Zubair settles down and has a wife and 2 children. One boy, Tion, one girl, Ira, to which Gammy Medea puts much of her attention to, teaching them the ways of a warrior, not only in mind, but in spirit.
Gammy!
Yeah, Gammy.
Yam,
Other
yam.
stuff Medea will do. Okay. These are just bullet points. Okay.
Sure.
All right, so she will help in the effort of Exelos citizens settling back into their respective cities. After Zubair is an adult, Medea will help to map out the Underelk and make it passable for non-criminal trading. Eventually, with Chorus and the Holy Land's help, Medea establishes and manages various outpost checkpoints, with her well-trained soldiers protecting them. These outposts at the entrances and within the Underelk will keep those that try to use the underground for seedy activities out. These outposts are known as the Underelk Protectorate Strongholds, or TUPS for short. She would ask Dara if she would like to become an outpost captain, especially because of her particular skills with earth, to which she agrees. Some tradesmen and their families even make these posts their home. This particular time in Medea's life helps to heal the powerless feeling she had felt so long ago in the Underelk. Medea erects an enormous memorial at the base of Cae Lunaris for those who lost their lives there. A beautiful visage of Zali in bronze, her hands cupped with open flame at the apex of it. So Medea's presence at Grail won't really be there, but however, many know the tales of the Camilla Vanguard, Pyzane's renegades, and the stories of 101 years ago. I see it.
Damn, I feel like I needed to write
Yeah.
more.
Nobody had to do any more than they did.
Between you and AJ.
That's
Look,
why they went last.
Yeah, yeah.
Look,
Worked
I
out.
have a lot of plans of my own, okay?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say,
'Kay.
Medea,
Yes.
later in your life,
Mhm.
after Zubair has grown and there's been a lot of time of contemplation on when you might see Pyzane again, there is a night that you find yourself awoken and you see sitting on the edge of your bed the form of a crimson lion, his hair and mane specked with gold. And at first, the visage is startling and intimidating as he's changed a little bit.
Mhm.
As godhood has fully settled in.
Mm.
But you know it is him. And Pyzane, as he sits there, the light fades a little bit, and he looks a bit more like you remember him. He just sort of reaches over, touches you gently. Hey,
She cups his face in her hands. If she can touch him, I don't know. If
as you reach out, you touch him and you feel warmth, intense warmth.
You're here.
Sorry it took so long.
She embraces him.
You see he hesitates before he does also embrace you and holds you very tightly. I don't know how long I can make it last. There's a lot of things I've learned. There's reasons we can't come and go too often.
I understand. It's just so good to see you.
It's like a dream. I've been watching, of course. Our kid's amazing. I knew he would be.
She is.
You're doing incredible.
Thank you. He misses not knowing his father, but he's proud of you. So that's enough. So happy
Hard.
you're here.
Wish
She's
I could
like
stay.
kissing him on his cheek, kissing him on his like everywhere. Just
I wish I could stay longer.
I know.
I wish I could say I just came to say hi, but you need to be ready.
For what?
There's not much more we can do. This world's damaged because of what Kite did. We've been trying to fix it for a long time. We're trying.
Also,
I need
She's
you to be
worried.
ready to fight.
oh, yes, of course. I'm always ready.
I know, and I know this isn't. It's not fair. You fought so much, we all did. The boundary is breaking between this world and the others. There's a
Doesn't
thing
sound
called the
good.
firmament. It's what stops me from coming to see you all the time. I don't know who made it, but every time we come through, every time something else comes through, it stretches.
Every time things come through, what's coming through?
There are consequences to what Kite did that we're about to pay the price for.
Oh.
But I want you to know I'm going to keep our world safe. I promise that. But I can't I can't do it all.
Right. Right.
I love you so much, Medea.
I love you too. You above, me
Promise.
below. We got this.
You take the low road. Take the high road.
Yes.
He just leans in, gives you a deep kiss. And when your eyes open, he's gone. The feeling lingers. And then you wake up. Was it all a dream? Was it real? You don't know. But his words linger. You're going to have to fight soon. Everyone will.
That was too much of a vivid dream.
Hmm.
I need to contact Daria!
I see.
Mira.
I see. The pawns and the knights have already. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you live your life
True.
with those you love and you run your shop, over the years you catch glimpses of something near your shop, out in the wilderness. At first you think it's a rare species of deer, some bizarre mutation of nature. It's a deer the size of a house. There are times you maybe try to reach out to it, try to find it, the druidic instincts reaching out. Over the years, eventually it gets closer and closer until one day, as you're getting ready to open your shop and head out, you find yourself standing face to face with an enormous, glowing deer wreathed in plants and vines. You hear the voice in your mind of your once teacher. I don't have long, Mira. I came to give a warning. Gardas is not safe. There is a breach forming.
Breach? What do you mean?
height stole from many worlds. The consequences are coming. And I'm
Oh.
afraid that Gardas may have the worst of it.
Oh. All right. I'll be ready.
You will not be alone. Know that we will always be with you, fighting alongside you.
All right. Thank you. Really hoped my retirement would be longer, but I guess not.
Ours too. And with an instant, there is a breeze that carries. You see the figure fades into dust, light carries it away. You feel the words echo. Something's coming. Paria.
Oh boy.
In
I don't look as
your-
good as the other two.
I can't imagine who. What?
I don't know which one. Coin toss.
Oh.
In your later years, in your twilight years, as the world begins to turn towards something new, this next horizon.
A new
find
horizon,
you.
maybe.
A new horizon, maybe. Ooh.
Sorry.
You are one day greeted by a visitor at your door. A traveler with a hood. And as they announce themselves, they ask if they could come in.
Come on in. We have guests.
Vivian's
Guest.
out. Vivian would
Oh,
be out at this time. It'd be
kidding.
a time where you found yourself alone.
Sure, come on in.
And
Just talking to myself. We have guests.
you feel this strange kinship with the figure immediately as they pull back the robe and you see a figure. A strange ethereal youthfulness to what would be your father. A younger form of himself. Radiant.
Aged well.
That makes one of us.
What are you talking about? This gray is fantastic. Never looked better.
I was referring to you.
Oh, okay. Then yes.
How have you been?
Excellent.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Just wanted to ask. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Would you like some tea?
I would love some tea.
Walking slow.
I love
As
that.
you serve tea to your godly father, who looks younger than the day you last saw him.
Yeah, it's just another Thursday.
You sit, and he doesn't seem to drink it. He seems to hold it, and just seems to take in the warmth of it. Paria, I'm doing everything I can, I promise, to do what I promised as a god. Sorry, it's difficult. I feel like I'm failing. I don't want to disappoint you, but this long-lasting peace we've had is going to come to an end soon.
That's okay.
I'm not here to ask anything of you. You've done your part, you and Vivian both. But the other gods and myself have agreed to come to this world, finally, again, and try to prepare you for what's coming next. There is a lot of things about to collide with this world right now.
You talking literally or figuratively? Do I need to
Literally.
call Avosi? Okay, I'll call Avosi.
Avosi won't be able to do much, I'm afraid.
No.
The barrier that protects this world is a bit beyond him.
Cordis. Got it. Okay. Okay, it's past Cordis. Got it.
I wanted you to know, no matter what happens, you and yours will be taken care of. I will do my best to safeguard our family.
Okay. I know you will.
Sorry.
She'll reach over, put a wrinkly old hand on his. It's okay.
I made you proud in any way.
Absolutely.
Good. I promise I'll continue to do so. Just please stay safe.
Don't you worry. I still have that feather that Violet gave me. So I got the good old backup plan if needed. We'll be fine.
Thank you for the tea. And you notice, without even touching it, the tea has disappeared from the cup as he stands.
It's really good tea.
Change is coming to this world. Change that I'm not going to be bringing. Just be ready for it. And he gestures as if to embrace you, but does not. He kind of holds it for a moment and then hesitates.
Come here, big softy. Old man, come here.
Wraps his arms around you. I know it's far too late, but I love you, Paria. I truly do. And I'm so proud of everything you've done. And a moment later, you find yourself standing alone in your home. You then get a message from Medea.
Oh, I know, Medea, don't worry. It's fine. I'll call everybody else.
Violet, on her last day, as Violet lays in bed surrounded by loved ones, she sees someone no one else in the room sees. Standing in the back of the room, there's a figure cloaked in shadow, waiting, watching. You hear a voice enter your mind. Don't worry. This is a pretty good death. One of the best, honestly.
I was wondering when you'd show up.
Show up for everyone eventually. I want you to know this world's in good hands. I have nothing else for you but rest. And a question, I suppose, a choice. Something you didn't get enough of in your life.
What
would
would
you-
that be?
Where would you like to sleep?
Now that is not something I actually thought about, to be honest.
We can browse a bit then. I assure you, each of us would be happy to take you. It would be an honor.
I think I'd like that. A chance to revisit everyone.
I think that'd be good. Although I think Paizane's going to be probably very vocal about taking you. The choice is ultimately yours.
I had a particular feeling he'd like me to stick around there.
Then
I'll
come,
give it some time.
we can walk and talk. And as old and weak as Violet is at this point, she feels herself getting up easily, casually. And you look back and you see your body laying in bed as you take Cloak's hand and enter into the new final rest for yourself. As you walk with Cloak, you talk about your life, about your experiences, about your family. He listens to all of it and finds you a nice, quiet, peaceful place. Before we finish, before we close, Dior, not quite a player character of this story, one of previous, but still an integral part to this story. Still incredibly young. Damn elves.
Yeah, he's probably showing a little bit of wrinkles.
He's getting there. He's got
Yeah,
he's
he's
got a
getting
bit of
there.
gray. Yeah, a little bit. Towards the end of the 100 years of peace following the advent of the gods.
His hair's already
There was a-
gray.
Grayer.
You're right. That's true. That's true. Wrinkles.
Sorry.
God damn. No, you got a good point. You caught me there. I can't say he's showing gray when he's been gray since day one.
Yeah, sorry.
That's why it looks great.
Yes. Dior is greeted one day by a bird on his windowsill.
Mm.
And perhaps it's because Dior has spent so long alongside Filianor, living with a bit of divinity. He immediately is able to recognize it. He opens the window, the bird flies in, and as Dior turns, form of a very different Hedrick.
Ooh.
Once an iron beak in life has turned into some form of mask over his entire head. Stands with an austere presence. Emperor Dior, we have much to discuss. There is a change coming to this world, and the greatest warriors of this world are being mobilized as we speak. Both them and their next generation. This is the divine wisdom we have for you. Receive it. Within a year, a great rift will form. When it does, seek out what is within it. It is perhaps the only chance we have of saving this world from destruction. The actions of the thief of the cosmos are coming back to us finally. There are consequences to everything she took. Some worlds are coming back to reclaim what was stolen. We will be with you. But we cannot do this alone. The game is afoot. Pieces have been played. The outcome has not been determined. We pray for your success. And with that, there is a sudden burst of feathers as ravens and crows swoop past him and exit. See Dior sighs, walks over to a liquor cabinet.
Yeah.
He had a dependency on alcohol now. Yeah, probably a little bit.
Been a little. Suppose it was too much to ask for another 100 years.
It's a message from Peria. Can you
Yes.
save me a good bottle?
Immediately, I believe messages begin to ring across the world as certain notable individuals have received divine messages of the coming change to the world.
Yeah.
And we will see what happens in Chapter 3, The Fractured Firmament.
Nice name drop.
Whoa! Yes. Yeah.
And that officially concludes the Black Aurora.
Damn.
That's a wrap.
Well,
What?
Oh my gosh.
so
It's great. It's great.
So-
It's great.
I'm gonna switch up
think-
music a bit. If we
yeah.
have anything else to talk about.
So I think at this point we should cut the music as your players. There's been a few times we've been able to surprise you throughout this campaign,
What the fuck's happening right now?
and we have one.
No. What is this? No. What is
little-
happening right now?
We have one more little surprise. For
What does Mira mean by it's time?
It's time.
So, I am going to switch over and I'm going to share my screen.
What is happening?
What is happening?
What is happening? As with the help of everybody here and a lot of time and effort, I have put a little something together for you, Mike.
It's mostly you, but yeah.
Mostly, but
Mostly
everybody helped out. So make sure your volume is on,
Oh, yeah.
watching stream, and we'll go ahead and get started.
Hey, Mike, just wanted to say
And you get a
thank
drink.
you.
You can
Thank
do it,
for
but I
this
need to get a drink.
amazing, wonderful, so much fun campaign that you've put on for us for the last 4 years, which is absolutely mind-blowing. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you and all of your creativity and your hard work and the passion that you've put forth into creating wonderful stories with us. I also want to say thank you for your patience with Peria and her 4 class changes. 3? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I wanted to say thank you once again. It has been such a blast, and it has just, I have no words how amazing it's been, and totally looking forward to the next one and the new memories that we'll all make together. Thank you again.
Hey, Mike. Just wanted to say thanks so much for the last 3.5 to 4 years. It's been a crazy ride from the beginning to the end, really. your ability to go on the fly with us and our chaoticness, it was truly remarkable. The story you've made, it was one of a kind. The characters you've made, the maps you've made, all the customization of the Aura system, the monsters, helping me with my characters and helping me customize them so that they work. I appreciate every morsel of it. You're a great DM, and we can't wait for more from you. No pressure. Yeah, can't wait for the Feywild. It should be interesting. I'm gonna miss this campaign, but we're on to the next one. So thanks again.
Hey, Mike. It's me, AJ. Obviously, you know who I am. I'm just making this, to say thanks, for all the years of this awesome campaign that you worked so hard on. I am sorry that we have, skipped content and whatnot, but unfortunately, I guess it is the nature of the game.
Happens.
As you said, you do prefer your players have agency, and that definitely helps make a really fun game. When the players help get to forge how the story goes. But I just want to say thanks so much for all your hard work, Mike. We appreciate all that you do for us, and I am greatly looking forward to the next one. Love you.
Hey, Mike. It has been a crazy and wonderful 4 years. You have given us wonderful memories that I know all of us will remember for as long as we live. Even if Megan's was the only one to fully make it through the campaign, I know we all enjoy all of the characters we played. I know I will always have a special place in my heart for my Arrow Gremlin.
We all will.
I just wanted to find some way to say thank you for all of the countless hours that you've put in. So I put together a little something to commemorate the Black Aurora and all of the time we have spent, both good and the bad moments. A fraction of the work that you put into making this campaign possible for us. So please, whether this is the you from now watching or the you in 10 years watching back for the memories,
It's gonna be.
I hope you enjoy.
Is everyone fully ready? I just want to make sure one last time before I begin talking forever.
I'm sorry. I have to answer the phone.
Kicked.
Captain's calling.
Dead.
I know.
Gone.
You're dead to me.
Oh, she wasn't kidding. I thought she was kidding. I thought it was a joke.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's right. We all were like, aha, how funny satire. So sarcastic. And it's like, no, she was serious. Now, are we ready? Okay. In the beginning, there was Invilis, the violet star that shone brightly in the void. Magic flowed from this star across the multiverse, and it was known as the Well of Ether. Okay. So, last time we left off, we had just done the first session. We had everyone arriving at the train station in Dane Republic to board the Calciphilian Railway, the first of its kind, a transport system across the kingdom to the capital city of Kaitark for a festival. Alrighty, so travelers. Megan's gone. Okay. All right, there you are. Okay, so last we left off last week, you guys.
Today's a new day.
Last we left off,
That's
the
true.
party was in some dire straits, a wildfire, and now a boss battle against a few new forms of decayed monsters. And as I left off before, I will need initiative. So, last time we left off, I believe. Last session, we began in the.
Tech players. Should be good now.
You should be good.
Be good to
Yeah,
go.
you're good.
All right. Alrighty. Well,
last time we left off on D&D with these assholes,
That was the first time
you
I said
guys-
that. Oh my
where did
god.
we begin last session? Were you in Kaitark?
We were still in Kaitark.
We were still
Right.
in
This
the-
was the getting
Spawned
ready to
AJ's
leave
wonderful
for
series.
3 hours before actually leaving the town.
Mhm.
A lot of prep, you guys. Last time we left off. Oh my gosh.
Welcome back.
So just the quick for if I ever decide to rewatch this. This is the next day after the last session. We did not take a week to wait. Last we left off. Last time. Things got a little out of hand.
Yes.
You guys were. We are back. Next day, we're doing a mini micro
Yep.
part 1 session. I need to know what these fuckers are gonna say to Hein. Last time we left off.
Guys did move. Open the door. I will move to the other map. Which, as you step in, the drift globe activates and casts daylight, and the entire room is illuminated. As you step into the long hall of the chapel,
Just kidding.
he is going to bend down to Vivian's body and pick her up by the throat and hold her up in the air. He's going to take his other hand. He's going to plunge it into her chest.
Oh.
And he's going to rip her heart out.
Oh.
And you see her
I was a
pendant
bastard.
Yeah.
pulse. And light fills the chamber with a violet glow. You hear the voice of Mother, of clearly Invilis. You hear the voice say, "This one is mine, not yours." And Vivian's body goes limp. That is
No!
Jamat's turn.
Oh
There's a-
man.
Imperial Wales.
Right, well, welcome back. It's
Yeah.
been a couple
We have a
weeks. I
comic
think.
of that now.
Last you guys left off. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I'm glad we can get back to this.
Welcome back, guys. Been a week. I've been driving myself crazy thinking about this battle. So I'm glad.
If this is how a party wipe happens, this would be crazy. But I don't think so. Welcome back, everyone. Last time we left off was
Good soup.
Inaria, Burning Frost. Big old dragon fight. First of the campaign, first in a while between even campaigns. I don't do a lot of dragon fights. Has been 2 weeks since we last played, I think. And last time we left off, I actually had to recap a little bit, rewatch the last one, skim through it. It wasn't actually a lot that happened, but it felt like more. Okay, great. Well, welcome back, guys. Happy Halloween for another session of D&D. Come back. Another wonderful little session of the Black Aurora. Oh god, alright, last time you guys left off.
I have to give
you
it
guys
its
had
due
just found
time.
the facility.
Yeah,
A huge
you do.
session.
Governs
It's a big moment
I don't
of
like
the
watching it
campaign.
again. It makes me
Small
sad.
endless, eternal reincarnation. Someone dies and they come back
Don't
exactly
just
as they
see the
were.
stream get better as we
a little
go
bit later.
on. The
Yeah,
quality.
Forever
yeah.
and Move on.
It really puts it into perspective.
Dimly lit by torch blooms on the ceiling.
My
so you can
errors, the
see
little
out across
gaps.
the surface.
Oh god.
Agreed.
Stones rise from deep underwater and curve up like talons or claws, ringing the central deep pit. The child looks over his shoulder and gives like a little welcome to my home. He turns around. Since you've all been so rude as to let yourselves in, I suppose it's only good for me to act as the host and welcome you.
I thought this was a open invitation.
Camille, as you hear all this ring out, you see,
this
you
song.
turn, you see Strike has
Uh-huh.
whipped out his blade, and there is like a crazy look in his eyes as he attacks at Elm. Elm raises his gun up back towards Strike. Avosi is looking between you all, terrified. Orlanasi is striking out at Q
Typos.
with more hostility
Damn,
than you've seen
auto-generated.
her ever have.
Already.
There's
And you
many.
see Hyzane in the
There's been a
background
few.
begin to like
It's
whip
okay.
his
I
head
have good
around,
fantasy words.
confused.
Tark, you're fucking dead.
Camille, as Felix turns to you and says that, you feel some form of arcane or divine, ironically, compulsion to fight Felix. As you feel this sense of, I have to fight Felix, which is like, no, wait, no, he's Felix, I shouldn't. But there's this enchantment in the back of your mind, like, but I have to. This is going better than I could have expected. You see Avosi is like looking around frantically to all of you. It's like, no, I have to stop him this time. I promise. I won't let him kill you all. I promise. I'll do better this time.
Yep. Cone of cold.
And he's gonna cone of cold all of you.
Yep.
Oh, goody!
Forgot about the little infighting.
Yeah.
It just changed things. A burst of wild magic, and the energy of Farstep coalesces.
Whatever it was. It was like, what the fuck?
This is really interesting.
A good thing or a bad thing?
A unicorn rears out of ether
Yep.
and steps into the battlefield. It is the unicorn's turn.
Didn't expect
In
that.
typical D&D fashion, in typical my fucking campaign passion, I did not plan for a fucking unicorn on a 47, literally the only number on a wild magic table that summons a unicorn. This is fucking insane. The unicorn casts calm emotions. Child, your life has been one long battle. Your vision shifts. You're being ripped away from your family. You're being rescued by Endurius. You're being impaled by Arcus. You're striking down your father. You're sealed away, awakened, and immediately enter another battle. You meet the party. You enter the right. You fight the Dullahan, fight Leviathan, fight Inaria, Zephanatal, the Fools, Zonatek. Battle, battle, battle. No soul I have met is more deserving of peace than you. Your innocence, your selflessness, and your willpower. You see yourself again, making the wish, ready to sacrifice everything, defending Quill's honor instinctively, refusing to believe his betrayal, your rage and sorrow on learning the truth. You are everything I sought when I chose to sail to safeguard. If any deserve rest,
Oh my god, this is hitting me hard.
yet
I know.
must burden you
Yeah.
once more with battle.
And she
Once
got it
more, I
eventually.
must bring hardship
Mhm.
to you.
You got the rest.
Once more, and the rest of your life is
We love your reactions, Megan.
Suddenly, your vision
Megan, you do have the absolute best reactions.
The dark energy below.
You were like my one person hype man.
But there's a light that suddenly
problem.
shines, and you
That's what I'm
see
here for.
standing on the water's surface, as if it was solid ground, a golden figure with horns in place of antlers. You have lost your way, but never forget you are a child of Susail, and thus you are a child of mine. I cannot return power to all of my children without help, but I will not abandon my kin who suffer before me in this dark place. It rears up on its hind legs before stomping down with a resounding, thunderous force. Waves of multi-hued, fiery aura roll outward across it and over you and your allies. Now rise, once Q of the Crimson. Rise with the flame you were so unjustly deprived at birth and be reborn, not as Arcus, not as a tool or a weapon, but as a warrior. Q of the Kirin! Energy floods your body with a familiar sensation.
Get it! Yeah.
You see your companions, Strike, Pyzane, Avosi, Elm,
Feels
or
like,
Lanasi,
an
also
entire
filled
campaign
with
ago
light.
this happened. It's
So long
Brilliant
ago.
Alabaster,
Crazy.
Furious Crimson, Glimmering Cobalt,
They were in the same
Improv all of
shirt.
that.
Shining Golden,
a good bit.
and in your own
Oh my
veins,
gosh.
regal
Amazing.
Violet.
Like I said, his improv,
Yeah.
impeccable.
You can see you can see in the clip I was reading something. There was something I was reading off
No.
of, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
I really don't understand how you all keep getting away with this, but fine. Break my enchantment, summon your deer, whatever this is. It doesn't matter. You're all just mortals. And I am reborn too. rising out of the water.
Mm.
Oh no. Oh, pull some of that. Hello.
Long tentacles instead of feet, spindly black arms, and tentacles like a
God.
mantle of
Wasn't too hard to
wings
find
around
and
its back.
recreate the token.
Its face just a
Yeah,
slit
yeah.
mouth and a glowing eye. Aura really is amazing, isn't it? Oh, Camille! Oh, Camille!
No.
Mm.
All right, this is
The
concept.
hardest,
This
the
is
hardest
Yeah.
decision I've
guys.
ever made.
Oh, no.
Never got easier.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's
No,
all
one
good.
was bad.
Yeah.
But it was also
The save
so
on this was
important for the
relatively
group.
low.
It
I know.
was.
Catalyzed the rest of the campaign. We wouldn't have had Mira and
Yeah.
Medea.
I
Yeah.
know.
I can't imagine the
Oh,
campaign without them.
I
Same.
know.
Sazanatek uses Dark Tithe, the second mercurial authority of the Apostle of Faith. He reaches out into you, and your decay doubles.
Oh, yep.
You
I'm
had
dead,
30 decay, which doubles to 60.
Mm-hmm.
She decays away to nothing.
Camille,
Yep.
15 feet underwater, you see Sazanatek reach down into the core of you, and the decay blossoms and spreads. None of the rest of you see as Camille joins with the Black Aurora under the surface of the water. Camille Fluenti, for real this time, had a false once. I am afraid decays into nothing. Her aura removed from the cycle and condemned to the void. Zizanatek laughs.
We gonna get you back.
Yeah.
We'll get you back.
We'll get her. We'll get her.
Yeah.
My power.
I'm gonna just
Looks
throw
like-
Taro's Glaive
One.
into the heart or whatever of the dude, and as it's like going through, I'm gonna try to grab and just rip apart Zazanatek.
You rip him in half from his very core as the decay inverts on it himself. And his body begins to implode and tear, and you pull, and it tears more. No. I have so much left to do. I have only just gotten started. No. As his body
Gruesome.
Yeah.
explodes.
I forgot you killed him.
Me too.
Well, you were an apostle at the time, so I guess it
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Before being sucked into Peria's body.
Oh, that's right.
In fact, it looks
Yeah.
like you killed him with the
Ally.
based on that last number there.
Down below,
You did 65
the
damage. You did
reflection
the
of water,
paradox inversion.
there is
Oh,
the
Yeah.
shadow
Yeah, it was the
of
par- it was
Killed
the
him with the thing.
inversion.
Yeah,
and in
it was for
Wow.
special power.
Yeah.
bearer.
Well, that worked out.
It was a
well.
cool moment. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
did.
Have
yeah.
unfinished business.
I had
Come to the
to.
surface.
I had to capture the sadness.
Very
of
poetic.
Wait near the
Yeah.
shore of your home.
Too.
Send this.
This whole part of the
Felix, you
campaign
feel
was
yourself being drawn
too
toward
important to
almost like the
not.
sword is guiding you,
Yeah.
as if Trisus
It was.
is
It's
reaching out.
huge.
You find yourself
Oh,
at
the
edge
oh,
of an icy
Yeah.
glacier
I
know.
rising in the distant
God.
waters.
Yeah.
And at the water's edge,
It made for a great story, though.
It was
massive
perfect. I
fate
wouldn't have it any other way.
surface of the
The way it
water.
went.
Felix, once again, you hear in your mind. Step forward. We must end this.
Why are you so willing to die?
Because I am alone now. There is nothing and no one in this entire world but me. I do not know how or why. I do not know what has come to pass. But all of my subjects, all of my companions, even my enemies have left this world. I would rather die than live an eternity of solidarity and isolation. I know you bear a weapon that can end me. Make it quick.
I draw the blade and.
It doesn't resist, and in one motion, you pierce the core of Drysis. There is no battle, there is no resistance, as not only defeating Sazanatek, but ending the artificial cycle, Drysis has nothing left to live for in this world. the ability to potentially alter reality for one moment,
Oops.
for one wish.
Big oops.
House word your wish.
Poorly.
Yeah, it all worked out.
To the party.
Hey,
Back
this wish is
at
the only
see
reason
Strike looking
Camille can be
hopeful,
saved.
like nodding.
She's in the shallows of the
Paisane
void.
Yeah, I did
so-
know. I did
seem a
note that
little
when you were
nervous,
talking
or
about her.
Lanasi standing in awe of what's just happened.
Sure enough.
Eln watching uncertain. And
So,
Devosi
it wasn't
looking
wasted,
a little
it just-
relieved.
Felt like it in the moment.
It did.
I wish.
It's great. Oh, wasted wish.
Be returned to us.
There, you
But-
feel something pulse, and there is a wave of energy outward from you. Everyone here sees Felix begin to glow slightly. And then the light fades.
Oh, I did Becky.
Oh.
And nothing happens.
It's coming up.
Oh.
What did you do?
Or whatever it is.
What happened? You see, like, Paisane tries for his aura.
I
Vosi's
missed
trying.
that one.
I didn't hear what his wording was. The wording a bit off. You mumbled a bit.
Felix, what did you wish for?
Helix.
A longer campaign.
You do.
True. Yeah, it's true. You definitely extended parts of the campaign. I'm sure.
Yeah, very much.
It would have been totally different if Camille had come back.
Felix.
Or if you had just wished for the auras back for
see
Cecile. It
the-
would have
the
been
clans.
totally different.
Oh yeah.
The members standing around are just
Because
sort
then
of
Felix could have stayed with the
standing in
party.
shock.
Because he wouldn't have had to leave because he wasn't
Yeah.
an outlaw.
What just
You wouldn't have had to
happened,
search for the
and
celestial beasts.
Yeah.
the
It would have been a whole
consequences.
different thing.
And I'll like grab his scruff and I'll pull him and I'll whisper angrily. Only because it's Camille. You need to take your family and leave here, not with us.
Such a tense moment in the campaign.
Yeah.
I wish
A fissure in the party. It doesn't happen all the time.
No.
Act
This
about
was,
it.
This was not even planned. This was like so raw.
It was so good.
Yeah. It's good we did it all in
too,
one
but-
session. We didn't have time to
Yeah.
think about it.
And
my
you
gosh.
find
Yeah, I
a
like that.
packet of some form of parchment.
I can't believe you had letters.
Looks like
I know.
Yeah.
letters.
I was crying and having a hard time with this one. Okay.
Oh.
Can't believe you had letters.
Crying in the club.
Becky, if you would like.
I can't go watch myself
Who's
read these
reading
letters.
first?
Okay. I
Nah,
start
you
crying.
stay here.
No,
you
you gotta stay.
You gotta
No, you
stay.
sit.
You sit.
Watch.
Afterwards, that this journey we were all taking was a dangerous one.
Ah.
Which is why I'm writing this letter to you. If this letter ever does find you, know that I am not of this world, and with the gods and goddesses of the sun flame faith. I will be bequeathing my light upon you as your own personal angel of protection. May you bask in the inheritor's light and know that I am now a part of it. Yes, I know. I'm so dramatic and poetic. But seriously, whatever my downfall was, or whatever happened to me, I'm happy I had a friend and a familial comfort with me for this crazy trip. More like mess we got ourselves into. Just know that even though I annoyed you a lot, you were always a brother to me, like Ravi. After Rourke died, I really wanted to send you back to Mom and Dad to keep you safe. Though it seems like you can do that just fine on your own now. I just hope that when you look back on our times together, it will be it at New Renati when we were younger, or of saving each other's butts with those disgusting merc monsters, that you think of them fondly. Well, maybe not the merc monsters. They were really gross. Please do not get too down or beat yourself up now that I'm gone. After all, you've got Morgana and Rorik that you must protect from that psycho world dragon ant.
She's dead
Just another day in the
now.
life of Felix
Dead
Tyrion.
Hey!
My only wish is that you take my shield back to my parents, along with the other letters in this bag, if you can. I bet they would be somber to know that I was following the Lady of Valor's teachings right up until the end. And
That's a word
collected
for
some
it.
of the angel runes along the way.
God.
I just wish I could have had more time to pursue them all. take care.
We
and
did.
live a long and happy life in the world.
For you.
How did you know she was gonna die, Becky? Like, how did you have these letters ready?
My God, I'm just about to.
I'll try not to cry, but it's hard to not cry. All right.
It's gonna happen for all of us, okay?
Peria.
I'm still doing it
I'm
now.
initially a secret spy of the Order and the daughter of Ayn. My parents' mortal
Chris
enemy
was
sent
so-
to capture me and
I
Felix
was-
to them.
Yeah.
You were a
Kind of
mess.
devious start to our friendship, I won't lie.
This is a tough session.
Though in the shortest
Yeah.
time with you, you became very close to me.
I
know you're
remember
not
after
like
this
your father,
session,
the Order, or the
I
other
went out to the
apostles.
pool we had at the time, and I was
Aurora
just
might
floating in the
be
pool,
physically
staring at the
dark
sky,
now,
going,
but
"What
your
the
heart
fuck
is
do I
as
do
bright
now?
as light.
What is this campaign now?"
I've seen your grief.
I was just laying there like,
Your bravery and sacrifice
Yeah.
on more than one occasion.
I remember that.
And your happiness in finding your mother. Despite all of the hardships you've been through, it never hardened your heart. It never deterred your pursuit of truth and what was right. I admired that greatly about you. Obviously, for reading this, I'm with my goddess now. Don't worry about me. Whatever
That's hard.
was
Oh,
my
that sucks.
undoing, I'm sure
Yeah.
I went out in a
obviously
blaze of
reading this, I'm
glory
with my
as I
goddess now.
had
She's
to.
in the fucking
kill.
void.
Keep
You're
your
not.
Oh!
I trust you.
Ugh.
If you're ever in need of a place to go other than your clan, you are always welcome to New Renati as an ally and a friend. I'm just sorry I couldn't have more fights and fun time with you. Your friend, Camille.
Oh. Yeah.
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 God.
That
Yeah.
sums it up.
Yeah.
The Q. You spitfire of a girl. Stay ever on the side of justice. And keep righting the wrongs of the world and your clans. I have
She
faith
did.
you'll do amazingly
Yeah.
impossible things. Camille.
And
Sure
now
did.
it's montage time.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Forgive me. And just right through the gut.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting your inner darkness.
As you stab into Arcus,
I mean, that's like a 15
she
session
slumps
skip.
against you.
These jump around a lot.
Yeah, wow, yeah, that's ahead.
Better make a good decision this time. Better make it worth it. Because if you don't, I'll come back. And I'll keep us safe again.
The way the tokens
what I
change
have
throughout the
to
campaign. So
Oh
much.
yeah.
Not a single one of those tokens stayed.
No.
No.
Nope.
No.
Fades into the ground, fading out.
That's because this is the first time we all got art commissions.
Yeah.
You all find yourselves
True.
really present.
Need to heal. And I release.
You guys did.
As you release the shot, it travels across the plane. As Mira's arrow flies across the plane, every bit of the negative plane it passes by evaporates. As you are all pulled into darkness again, as the arrow finds its mark, and everything sucks in to Negamira. We're all in a dark
I
void
love
once again.
the
Negamira.
I love when you
Bring the
guys were like
blade in.
shifting
She
alignment,
shudders.
that whole
Sword
mini.
falls from her hand.
Yeah.
Everyone's evil.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great. I loved
As
it.
she's
It was
Yeah.
good.
bleeding out around the sword.
It's terrifying.
She kind of
It was
leans
completely
in.
Yeah.
impromptu because it depends
It
on
was
if you guys
fun.
failed the saves on that creature.
Y'all failed.
In your ear as she
Currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Who
much.
would have thought?
Maybe in the past.
And the hags, oh my god.
Yeah.
It is all I have. All I can remember. I am still here.
And this was the moment people started to learn what Medea's lore was.
I
Very
know.
I was like, oh, that got dark.
Oh.
The T-Rex.
Thanks. Thanks for that.
Had to. I'm gonna use the ability I've never used on my bow.
Interesting.
Zyron was stalking the
Mhm.
party.
You see it gonna be about to go, your aim's not so good in the dark. It's just the light that he
That's right.
seared from. But it was definitely like a squint for a moment as a flashbang goes off right next to Tethik, and you hear the sound of like charred, sizzling flesh. And then as it goes back to darkness, you're okay. Well, welcome back, everyone. Another session of the Black Aurora. This is session
69.
69, the fated prophesied one.
Yes. Long may it rain.
Last time on Section 68,
Every
Oh. Art.
Taking one more step forward, 25.
you instinctively leap and
Oh,
catch the edge
I
and pull
love-
yourself up the other side.
Yes.
I loved that whole temple.
This place of mirrors.
Oh,
I hate
so
this
good.
so much.
I'm starting to pay it to
Oh
myself.
my gosh, that was crazy.
I had to make so many
You know
deck
I had to do
saves.
it to you, Perry. You know
Terrible.
I had
Is
to
it
do it.
my meme was
Rolling boulder.
I already knew. Don't worry. I know.
As a massive boulder begins to barrel its way down.
Yeah.
That's a nice boulder.
Trials of Alarin. God.
You hear Amiris go,
Crust.
"Oh my God!" As it
Oh, my heaven.
He's safe because he got past it.
Gross,
I'm just
dude.
gonna take a crack at it and say that I should
Oh,
stay
God.
here until something happens. But if I wait a little bit too long and I start to actually cook, I will. Actually, yeah. Who is he connected to? Is he connected to Peria?
Me. Yeah.
Peria. Hey, Peria, I'm on a ring of fire that's currently cooking me alive, which is fun.
So casual.
What are these rubies that are glowing? Do you find anything out about that?
I found one.
Dodging the arrow.
Jugging arrows. Fuck. Stay on.
Got it. Cool. Neat. I'll check in with you late. Maybe you check in with me when you're not.
Ow, my
that.
shit.
Okay. On edge more than ever.
Great.
Right.
Valertina.
Fine. I'll take a day off. You see, she goes, "Does that sign say save a tree, kill a guard?" She goes, No. I'm just like, he like scrambles and like rips it. No.
Beginnings of animosity.
Yeah.
Alton, I
Fucking
swear.
Alton was
I swear.
great.
I don't even know why I'm
He's
trying with
truly
you.
a one-off, off-the-cuff kind of character. Just like,
You have no idea how much it
Why
means to me
not?
to have you on our side. The people respect you as much as I could ever. Thank you, Kribis. I appreciate it.
heard this reveal. Yep.
Yeah.
I love working in those characters that are just thrown into a lore and be like, they'll show up eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
I mean, Vos is getting tapped now. He's got like
yeah.
third levels.
Fucking back and forth across that cavern.
It's stupid, right?
No, it's not. Look, dying was the best worst thing that happened.
Best first thing that ever happened
That's
to
my
me.
quote.
Yes.
That's my quote.
Dying was
TM.
the best worst.
That means clipped. I don't care.
That's a good quote.
Oh, get on that.
It's like,
Oh God.
I say stupid things.
16.
whoa!
Yeah!
Yeah!
I will quote that for years to come.
16! Oh, there's just so many wolves! 5th level.
Oh,
The first subplot.
So, if there's nothing else, should we head
Oh.
on over?
That's clever.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
So you
I love Clever Guy so much.
Yeah.
They were great.
This all worked out. We were all so prepared to help her with her future. We were all so excited. And she just ran
Ooh,
off
the days
and
of our
said,
lives,
"I told you
Varo's
I would
family
be-"
edition.
And she just turns and just goes.
So fun.
Did she start crying?
Nope.
Oh, you,
Like that popcorn.
Medea.
Warden, what can I do you for?
Nixie.
And Strike kind of looks around at the bar. I was told there is an individual here by the name of Mixie McKinnon. May I speak with her, please? He looks between like Mixie, like in the behind him and Strike, and kind of gives like a moment of like, I don't know who you're talking about. There's no one. He's like looking at Mixie like, should I say something? Like, should I tell them who you are? Like, Mixie at this point, you see Urtguth is kind of struggling as he cries out, and you see standing on the deck below, previously giving orders out in preparation. You see a massive
Dice Cam's small appearance.
shark-headed man.
Yep. Brief appearance.
Nice fine leather coat, a jaunty hat at an angle, and what looks like a massive spiked anchor in one hand.
Ooh.
I took his
Belgar
aesthetic.
looks up.
Yeah. Belgar totally stole his fit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything
Massive
about him.
syringe.
Yeah.
Took it.
This car
Well,
better.
that's fucking interesting. Men, we got guests, and we will pick up next week.
Arena? This car go to arena, yes!
Yes, this is the Exiles attempt. This is the Exiles' attempt at recreating the Colosseum.
You should be able to drink. Come on.
He's literally a prisoner. He's a war criminal.
You snuck alcohol in time.
Yes.
I
Should at least be able to drink. He's quite literally a prisoner.
The party is fighting to
The cat!
Good, Avosi.
Pause!
Pay your tab and enable you, Avosi. Me exploiting him.
My favorite of them all.
Make me some unique arrows.
Really?
Always. Medea,
With
Hyazine,
arrows, yeah.
why don't you go make out or something?
Yes, please. I think like grabs Medea's hand and is like, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Sounds good.
I mean, you didn't have to drag me, but
I know. I'm sorry. I
you
really
panicked.
like sport. I don't like sport.
Neither.
A mom oralist? Can I have a mom talk?
No,
Mom, talk.
you have your own mother, and she is terrible. Meanwhile, in the Holy Land, I said mineral water. You
Mineral water.
swine! This is sparkling water. There's a massive difference.
And now, this is all thanks to AJ.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So many.
So
There were
many of them.
Like 80 of them.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So much work, AJ.
I put them all
And I'm,
together.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry because
Oh
I
no.
like.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I can't make a finale one because my tablet doesn't work anymore.
It's fine.
Wow.
yeah.
This is
They
the
were great,
finale
though.
one.
Yep. We're showing it to the world.
Yes.
No.
They're great. I love that.
Hangover.
Dog's lost. What? No.
Wait, what?
Wait, yes.
Mine.
Your prince mind. Word of goals, yeah. Want to go to school? It's beautiful. We were spies, but we are sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Fact.
The first time we transformed.
Yes.
AJ, these were really, truly so well done.
Yeah.
Face study.
You.
I'm
No.
glad you enjoyed them.
The big ear.
Oh, facts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some bonus ones.
Everybody was
That's
like
so
rolling.
right. That's right. Everyone rolled.
Kieran died himself.
Yep. Okay, I feel amazing.
Squidward Tierbrin. Lore and exposition.
And they did kiss eventually.
Yeah, Aaron and Celesco did.
Been prophesized.
Boom.
Did it. Oh, attack on
Yeah.
the scouts.
Yeah, Elspeth's when you left, that's right. Oh yeah, and you got the Caelesti Novum. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I'd had such an actual redemption arc.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen this background for the Black Aurora with Paisane rolling. I don't think I've seen that one.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the other ones, but never seen that one. It's a good one.
Oh,
He
we all
used,
got
he used it a couple times. It's really old though.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's used it. I just never saw it, or I don't remember it.
The wish.
Genie.
What the fuck?
Yoink.
Oh, in Aria, yeah.
Yeah.
Best sisters.
All the gold!
Giant sword. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dragon sword. And then the big bird, and you tricked it.
Now Python feels amazing.
Z's lair. Yep. Finally. Ah,
Jester.
yes. Fighting the jester.
Mm,
News.
Wish spell. Give me Camille. No.
No.
Medea and Mira join the party. Elf twins. I know. See for Joker's weakness. Dun dun dun.
I must stab everything. Yes.
Suck, stop, undead. Oh, the unicorn quest. That's right.
Yeah. Hey, girl.
You guys got so much art done.
So
I didn't
much
pay for
art.
nothing, man.
I'm a problem.
Oh.
Noise.
Jailbreak.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we get to live.
I remember
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god, some of these were so
Some
detailed.
of them, yes.
So much stuff.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yep.
Yeah, those week's inspirations really hit me.
So anyways, it started stabbing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ugh. Facts.
Belvedere, right?
Yeah.
Ew. Oh yeah, the golden wanted you to find theirs next, so you said no, and then they ended up going to get it themselves. Fade Stalker, DM. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you guys to just walk into its lair and kill the fucking thing.
Yeah. Take that, vampire.
Yep.
Dang it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, ghost! Demon Fabio. The virus family.
You really like that one.
Yeah.
The
Bosie's
trials,
great
yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yoink.
Aw. Save the trees, man. The uprooting.
Yeah.
Twilight.
1v1 a dragon.
1v1 dragon.
Dragon Slayer.
1v1 me IRL.
Oh yeah.
Mommy.
I can't believe. Hey, it's mommy. That's still some of the best art I've ever commissioned.
It's so
Steve
good.
Adonis
It's really
picture.
good.
It's very good.
The artist is such a long wait time. I got so lucky with that one.
Bah.
That was right. Oh, halfway star showed up. Hello, mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Tournamenter.
Yeah, the arena.
that's a dick.
Yeah.
Sorry. The backstory credit. I saw that Braun. Yep.
Yeah.
Getting the sword. Backstory created.
It's canon now.
It is.
Yeah.
Paisane and Medea ducks. I love that. So
Yeah. I know. Wow.
Disgusting.
Oh yeah, going to the old Barastock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sad.
Neat.
Finally.
Mira, sad, lonely.
Yeah.
Walls.
Oh,
The
there's
wall.
The wall
Oy,
of arrows.
True Violet, the prophetic. Yeah.
Steps. Oh yeah.
Downtime.
You almost murdered us.
I seen meeting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wanted dead, dummy mummy.
Yeah. Ballroom
Feeling
Blitz.
matters suddenly, dummy mummy.
Yeah.
And then this was the evil plot, evil team.
Yay.
It's my little surprise.
Yay.
It's also the first time everyone else has seen the full video.
Oh my god. As if I didn't already like cry a little bit during the epilogues. I'm full weeping. That's incredible. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. That's thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't do this without you guys. Literally,
Yeah.
honestly, it's been such a pleasure, and I can't wait. Hopefully, another 4 amazing years to come, or however long this next one is.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
It was
enjoyed putting
fun
it
the entire
together.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you everybody for giving me a video to put in. I apologize. It was like an hour runtime. I got it down to 45.
Yeah. I told him it was a little long, but it's
okay.
yeah.
It was
it's
really
still good.
nice. It was really
Yeah.
nice. After 4 years, we needed.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, thank you,
course, no
Chris. That
problem.
was really amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, it was an awesome idea.
Yeah.
So
I-
I'll after all of the last Black Aurora is posted, I'll post that to the YouTube then afterwards. So it'll be up there in case we ever want to go back and reminisce. It'll be on the YouTubes.
I will happily watch that again.
Yeah.
So now we can go over the
I
maps
clicked the
we
wrong button.
missed.
Button.
Oh yeah, let me.
Well, we don't really got time. The
Mm.
problem. I'm very happy we're using the time for that. That was amazing. We don't have a whole lot of time left because I couldn't have begun to expect that. That was so good, so sweet. Yeah, with whatever time we have tonight, I was wondering if you guys had any questions following the end of this campaign, anything you'd like to know, any wrap-up details. Man,
Hmm.
it feels unnecessary now though, after all that. That was really good. Yeah, I'm content. that was so nice.
I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
It was beautiful.
That's 4 years in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Good grief.
I kept contemplating cutting some of the stuff down, but I just felt like Camille and that whole stint like needed.
Yeah,
it was such a big moment in the campaign.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of moments like that this campaign. It didn't go at all how I expected it to overall, but it went better than I had expected it to. That's for sure. I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Yeah, like at the time I was like upset with Felix and what I did with the wish, but Mira ended up becoming like my favorite character I've ever had.
That's the perfect example of, moments that seem unfair or harsh or cruel in the moment. Trust the process. There's so much more to come.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're gonna get Camille back, so
Yes. We will have a one last hurrah level 20 subplot. After we've started the next campaign, I want to come back to this group for the level 20 subplot of going to the void and saving Camille. But for now, though, if there's anything else you guys would like to say,
I mean, my only real question is: any maps you're really upset we didn't see? Like, is there any that stick out in your head? That,
Let me go through real quick.
Just show the audience.
Is there anything that I have uploaded at least that we didn't really get to? There were some. Just trying to remember. There's definitely been a few we didn't really get to. Problem is, I did a deep clean recently, a lot of them. So I don't know if I have any of them still uploaded.
You can always post them into the Discord later.
Yeah,
and
I could do that. I could just share that way. That's true. Oh yeah, there's one. Okay, yes. Not upset by any means, but it's just the way things went. You guys never got to. Let me turn off dynamic lighting so I don't have to do some crap with that. 1 sec. You guys never got to see Italos's workshop. His Atelier.
Yeah.
This would have been where you would have fought Italos.
Oh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
what are
Oh.
those?
geez.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
He had some
Ooh.
things ready, and
Oh.
oh yeah, there would have
Mm.
been like these
Mm-mm.
surveying like
Ooh, that's cool.
orbs.
That's
He had
neat.
some mechanical stuff. You fought those
Oh,
before.
I know. I've
Yep,
seen
yep.
those before.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
he
yep.
had a bunch of stuff. And then as you can see, I was gonna have a number of NPCs that you guys
Yep.
either didn't
Oh.
save
Yep.
or whatever that were gonna be part of it.
Super
Yeah.
awkward now.
Also, these were the things you guys fought in the Verdant Claw that
Oh
attacked Strike.
yeah.
They were sent by
Oh.
Talos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sneaky mom.
Yeah, there's been a couple maps that were like, because you guys had that you had the portal to his
Had the
workshop
things.
for
Had the
so
key.
long.
We're like, we're not
and
ready to
then-
use this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's this?
What's at the bottom?
There was a what?
The 4 people at the bottom.
Oh. Yes. Those are
no.
sacrifices powering his things.
Oh no.
So he had yeah, so this was some
random.
I don't remember. I think it was from the werewolf tribe. And then
Okay.
this
Salt.
is Salt's husband that you guys never went and
No.
saved.
It was on the list.
Yeah.
Really
and then
down the
he's
list.
just got some like general like elemental and dragon creatures that he's taking the life force from to power. So he was gonna have a whole lot of mechanics in this layer of like being able to like go over to this platform and like get all spell slots back.
Recharge.
Yeah, essentially.
Ooh, that means
He was
maybe done the same thing.
Potentially, there was a lot of possibility of checks being made. Yeah, he had a whole lot of things going on. This was at the bottom of the spiraling Bastille, and
it's at the bottom. See, I thought he
yes.
went at the top.
No, all of the cells are up, spiraling up above him. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
Wow.
I never got to show it up because you guys never had a reason to go Espira, like the capital city of Gardas.
Yeah.
It was always kind of like an off limits, it's the bad, the order. You never got to go and look to any of the shops. I had, because I hinted it a long time ago, the candy shop was like
yeah, because I had asked about it and dynamic lighting.
Was going to be, yeah, 1 sec. Dynamic lighting, bullshit. Turn off. This was going to be, it's called Greta's Grotto.
Oh, okay.
It was a shop I had saved up. It's going to be there was an old woman named Greta who was secretly a hag.
Of course.
100%. And she was going to have all the fancy items you could buy in Espira, including candy and such.
Yeah, there's a mirror there.
Ooh, look.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's silverware. I thought it was arrows.
All sorts of stuff. Gosh, what else? I think Gardas had a lot of things that you never got to see just because of
Can't go.
Yeah. You guys never got to go. There was a place
Silver
in
Falls.
Yeah, Silver Falls. There was also in Hirnanok's grave was where the frost trolls, the frost giants lived. This was an icy fortress on top of like the back of a massive like it was supposed to be a giant frost worm that had been killed a long time ago. And this is where you guys were gonna go to like petition the frost giants on their throne and dynamic lighting. Bullshit. That was gonna be like a throne. There was gonna be a potential boss battle against a frost giant like king, and then we had the cloud giants, stuff. Oh my gosh, what else? It was mostly a lot of Gardas stuff you guys never got to see because plot went different ways.
Yeah.
Oh, so there was another in the evil subplot. There was another path you guys never took. That one you did notice, like the secret path in the beginning, and you guys never went back. And I understand why. It was going to be a shortcut to like the depths, but it had the most like terrifying shit. It was
what the hell is that?
So where you see the crystals. Those are walls, and it's basically a maze of these catacomb tunnels. This is a creature called a Nightwalker.
No.
It's from the Shadowfell,
No.
and it
Damn.
has an annihilating aura out to
No.
like 30 feet,
No.
and it was basically going to be walking around, and even if you weren't seeing it, you were
Oh my
within
God.
30 feet of it through
No.
walls. It was
No.
doing like necrotic damage and stuff. And then
Ooh.
there was going to be like it was a
Mm.
terrible thing to fight.
No.
So this was going to be like you could have taken this path
Oh my
and
God.
it would
No.
have gotten to the depths faster, but you would
Oh
have had to
God.
fight like worse shit. There would have been Corey popping out of corners and stuff.
Oh.
And in the middle of combat, you would have been fighting and taking damage out of nowhere because this thing's 30 feet away through a wall,
Stalking us.
just sucking out life force. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I'm
stuff
glad we
like
didn't
that.
stay
It was
that way.
fun.
Mhm.
Oh, and I guess I
Sorry,
could show you. You never went to go to the Gellum. You never went to go see Fallon's
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
I
So
did want to see his house.
this was the like aerial shot where like the
Ew.
ship would land. There's like a fortress of solitude with like a barrier up in the icy
Nice.
place.
It's blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is blue.
Blue bear.
Yeah.
Let me turn off dynamic lighting for the others.
It's blue.
Bleh.
Do- let's see. Okay. And then what you would have come into is like you would have entered into this large antechamber, where you would have met with Fallon, and it's just the floor. Oh, that's right. I think did I ever? Was there a back? Yeah, there was a back. That was right. There was an illusion up hiding the masses of corpses and bodies because he was just trying to put a best foot forward and be like, come on in, this is just my house.
Why
And then
not
just
clean that
sneak away.
up? Why leave it?
Well, Megan, because
Enemies.
He doesn't have staff.
Yeah.
they're the help.
Yeah.
They're the help. In case you guys tried to fight Fallon in his place, he had a ghost dragon, a Draco Lich, a death dragon, another Nightwalker, and about 12 death knights. Ready to go.
Which you said were like CR 14 or 15 each.
Like that.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys were trying to fuck with a lich in his house, he's gonna,
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you got invited in, keep in mind if you kept up niceties with him, you would have been invited into his demi-plane where he would have done deals with you. And it's a lovely home. Keep in mind the walls were dynamic lighting, so you wouldn't have been able to see out unless you opened the front door. So I was expecting it. I was hoping at some point as you're talking with him, somebody would just open the front door on a whim and just see
I would
the
have.
nightmarish maw, and then Callan would just be like, "Oh yes, keep that closed. It keeps out the riffraff." But it's like, oh okay.
And with a piano, you son of a snitch.
Yeah, Fallon. I had a whole lot prepared for it. If you guys went and actually talked with Fallon.
Oh, that's
I mean, the inner
terrifying.
is very, very.
Oh no.
Very
I
nicely
definitely would have
furnished.
opened that door.
Yeah, I know. I knew somebody was gonna open the fucking door.
Ooh, I gotta
and
open
just
everything.
See the maw of death.
He's like,
see something I can click.
Yeah, he's a lich.
Oh my god. No.
Is there anything else?
Oh
we didn't
gosh.
really get to.
Oh, there's eyes everywhere in this map.
Oh yeah, I had fun making
Oh.
this map.
Oh.
I had fun with that one.
I bet.
No, I don't like it.
I don't remember if I showed this. I may have showed this before, like long ago, but I don't remember. So you guys, when in Zizant, you tricked Ziphanatal, the large bird monster, into the volcano, so you never went to its lair, where you would have fought it, which was the Storn Airy.
Yeah.
Which was a home of a bunch of rocks.
I think you did show us this. Yeah.
Couldn't remember.
Yeah.
God,
wow, look at
those
old-ass
old ass tokens.
Right? God.
Wow.
Blast from the past. Yeah, that would have been a crazy fight. That would have been a big one.
6 rocks.
Miscellaneous.
19 AC, 58 hit points. Woo!
Which back then was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have not double that.
No, that's one round for Mira.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Or one hit from Q when juiced.
Yeah.
If I just were exalted, yeah.
Yeah, Violet. Dang it. Last
Still,
day.
the very end.
Still
Yep,
Still
gotta
can't
get it
do
out
it.
one more.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I mean that's I think that's most of what I have uploaded that never got to see the light of day. I'm checking again just to be sure, but yeah, you got through most of it. It was just there were a couple of detours that never got taken and things that never was seen, and there's some maps I definitely never uploaded because things changed very quickly. I know there's one map in particular I don't have uploaded, but back way back before things happened and Rorik died and everything, the Somnara Swamp was a major location I was going to have you guys go to at some point. It's home to a tribe of trolls, a hydra or two. There was going to be a whole quest line there to fix the Calciphilian Forest's decay issue that Naren went and did on her own.
Yeah.
Since it's never going to come up, essentially Naren's mother, who came up a lot in her backstory, was a hag, was like a really, really nasty, like witch, like hag. And she put a curse on the forest, and Naren was there to kind of keep it at bay. And then with Naren being gone for so long, and then the Serenitis, the golden deer that the Golden Clan took, there was no one protecting the forest, so you had to go there. The swamp had there was like a totem you had to find and bring it back to the forest, and you'd have to have fought Naren's mom, this like apparition of like this. It was a whole thing. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that yeah, just things that never. They never came up naturally. I could have forced you to go there somehow, but it didn't feel right, you know?
Yeah.
It was on the list.
It's on the list.
On the list. Yeah.
The very big list.
Yes.
Very long list. Maybe there's two lists.
Yeah. And then I have a couple more maps you haven't seen, but I can't show those because we'll get to those in the void.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Void maps. Yay.
Yeah. So
do we have to level up all of our characters?
Only
the ones that are gonna go.
Only the ones that are gonna go. I would imagine the core four, Felix, Finn, Tierbrand, they might tag along. I leave it to you guys.
Well, I feel like Felix and Tierbrand kind of have to go because they're the ones who are
been kind of their backstory. Yeah, that's their background. I will have to have you level up Camille just in case as well. We'll have to
that's what we use the feather on.
Maybe.
There we go.
A lot of things to do.
Level her up to 20?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a bit. It's gonna be a bit. Just in case. Just I don't know if it'll come up, but I just need to make sure it's there just in case I can't have you playing a level 9 character in that moment. That would be bad.
So just stop.
Yeah.
Like just dodge. Run away.
Yeah. And I guess that's really it for the Black Aurora outside of the remaining Void subplot. Just real quick, would like to set expectations for the next campaign. And just get feedback. Campaign 3 of the first one being Aeon's Velk, we did in person. This one being the Black Aurora, we just finished. And then campaign 3, the Fractured Firmament. We will be beginning that in about 3 weeks, give or 3 or 4 weeks, it looks like. The 11th or 10th, depending. That campaign will take place primarily in other planes, other realms we haven't really explored yet. I am going to put a pretty hefty focus on the Feywild. It's a realm I've always kind of wanted to delve into more. It will be my own interpretation of the Feywild. So if you see something from another source, or you're like, that's not how it works in the Feywild, shut up. It's my own take on it.
Damn it.
There is no universal rule for Feywild, unfortunately. There are some like themes that are universal, but I've been looking into it, trust me, and it's complicated. I'm not going to push for as politically heavy of a campaign next time. There will still be some like fey politics and stuff that it naturally will come up. I would just like to get feedback from what are you guys hoping for from the next campaign? Are you looking for another story of the same like intensity and level? Are you looking for more exploration focused? Do you want some more of the diplomacy? Are you wanting more combat, less combat? Is there anything you guys are feeling that you would like for me to take into consideration? So I want it to be fun, obviously.
Just keep doing what you're doing. That's what I say.
Thank you. Okay.
I like the
I don't
theme
have
of
any bad things
exploration.
or anything.
Yeah, actually, I was
Exploration.
about to say that seeing as it's about exploring other planes, I feel like exploration should be one of the main focuses.
Mhm.
Okay.
I you did bring it up before, and I kind of like the idea of like seeing as we're going to become part of a seekers kind of thing for the elk. Just having quests available from them would be kind of nice.
I guess that's a question. Yeah, would you guys like a
Like a job board.
yeah,
Quest
like a
board.
job board or a quest board? Would that help in any way, do you
Sure.
think? Or
That'd be fun.
okay.
I
Okay.
think
It's
for
different.
so like personally, I don't mind all the politics. I like how you do them and it works
How
in
you
with the
mingle 'em.
story and everything.
I'm glad.
Ghost, get that for me. I like how you do like politics and everything. A quest board is fine in the beginning, but I feel like later on it becomes not as
Right.
important.
I wouldn't do a whole campaign of just you have to take quests from a board, but
Sure.
having the option there of just like in case the party's maybe like lacking a direction, here's an idea you can go, but I will still obviously have a great focus on your own personal stories. That's the big number one is solving your own personal stories. But yeah, sorry, I'm just
It'd be
I'm
nice,
just
like,
now looking at chat. It's
Yeah,
been a while.
bot. They're just
Yeah,
banning
bots.
bots.
Plus, it'd be nice if,
Happens.
like, we're, I don't know, lacking funds / supplies.
Yeah,
The
I
quest
think
would be a good way to supply us.
I'll do a job board as like a fallback, as something to supplement your adventure. Maybe it'll be something like you're already going to this part of the Feywild. Pick up a job to do while there if you want.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, that sounds good. And I'll keep in mind, maybe I'll still include some political espionage stuff going on, as long as you're not tired of it necessarily. Okay, that's good. I'm also I'm hoping to do more than just Feywild. There's going to be other planes, but the primary experience will be in the Feywild for most of it. I am debating between making my own elemental planes or maybe piggybacking off of some of the lore you've created to save me some time.
Yes, Becky has a
debating
50-page
it.
document on the plane of air.
Jesus Christ.
Good.
I can
Wow.
send
I'll
that
let
your
you
way.
know. Yeah, I'll let you know. We'll see.
Start writing 3 more, Becky.
I do think I will say
started on Plane of Fire.
There you are. Halfway there.
obviously it's up to the party. The party has agency. I can't stop you if you really want to go to the plane of fire or plane of air or something. But I will be trying to focus less on the elemental planes since Chris has been doing such a good job with that in his campaign. I don't want to.
Thank you.
I don't want to just take that into. Yeah, I'll do that too.
He's
There's
taking
so
plenty
many.
of your shit.
Well, he's asked. He's always asked.
Yeah, I know.
But there's so many other planes we haven't touched, like the Shadowfell, the Nine Hells, the Astral Sea. There's so many things we haven't really done a lot of. So, I think that will be, other than the Feywild, we'll probably go to the other extraneous planes we haven't really done a whole lot in, and I'll leave the elemental planes for the most part to you and your wonderful storytelling with that, because it's been a lot that you've done for that.
There's a lot for each of them.
Ghost.
Yes.
But, I mean, I have no problem sharing the planes with you, as well as
if I need it, absolutely, I would appreciate
there's
that.
things in the work that are making it make sense.
Perhaps, yes, there are some potential canon events that might
Yeah, there's some ways that things played out that I realized in the aftermath, and I was like, oh, That's why it was described that way.
We can yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Play off each other in that way.
So,
but yeah, so session 1 in a couple of weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, and we will take it from there with a brand new group of people. I am so excited to meet all of you.
Oh,
for the
me
first
too.
time.
I'm excited to see how what you do for all the 2.5 artificers.
It's more like 3. Let's be real.
Jesus. Yeah, effectively.
I mean,
Thank you,
he's a
Becky, for not being enough.
cleric.
You're welcome.
He's not, though.
Some
Well,
spice.
no,
Very
I'm a cleric,
They're
but
all
I'm
good.
an artificer subclass with
Yeah.
that, basically.
Yeah. That's why I said 2.5.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm so excited for the next campaign. God, I can't wait. And I'm so excited to get back to being able to do like 10 damage and have it be meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
15 AC is like, whoa, okay, we got some
Yeah.
AC over here.
Yeah.
17 is like, oh my god, how am I ever gonna hit it?
Fancy Pants Rich McGee over
Yeah.
here.
Over here.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I have to wait
Well, the
3 weeks
hell
to show you guys my character. I'm so much effort into
Yes.
it.
Post mine in
Start-
art.
I will
Doing it.
will
I'll do
have
it.
oh my god, I don't have art
Let's
yet.
do it.
Do it.
Megan's
I
got a
don't
full
have-
commission already.
Yeah.
Megan's
Oh my
already
God,
got a full
Megan.
commission.
Look,
Girl.
I was ready a while ago.
I got one too, but it came out looking bad.
Alright.
I did it
You
because
will know
I'm
the
lazy
names.
and
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
yeah,
like,
you shared, yeah.
I like
I
not
shared
spending
them.
money. I'm
done.
I
I'm
understand.
cheap.
I have
I don't know
not
who
commissioned
it is.
any official art yet.
Oh, look at this boy!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he has like an R2D2 thing. I love that.
Yes. Since
Oh my
it will be
fucking God.
steampunk level technology,
Yeah.
there's going to be some stuff going on. This is
I
maybe a
cannot
little bit.
wait
Yeah.
for this boy.
Yeah.
He has
yes.
white hair. Mwah. Love him already.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for making his hair white.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Mark.
Yes.
As always, my pleasure. And thank you all so much. Thank you, Chris, for that incredible surprise. Thank you all for participating in it.
Yes.
That was. Couldn't have begun to expect that. So you got me for once.
Yes.
There you go.
We had to get
Now
you one more time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
one more time. Okay.
Oh my god. Well, with this, I will say we have concluded the Black Aurora. Thank you all for joining us. And I look forward to what comes next.
Yeah.
Meeting a whole new group, facing a whole new threat in a whole new world.
I will need at some point send me or edit the art you guys
Yes,
put.
because
Give me the names of your characters so I
For
can
the
make
Yeah.
the stream stuff. 'cause
I'm
underneath the
hoping, seeing as we have
assets.
to wait 3 weeks, I'll have enough money to recommission, because...
Yeah.
I understand. We'll figure stuff out. Yes, absolutely. As for my like NPC stuff, I have no idea who you're gonna adopt yet, so we'll just put
Yeah.
a big question mark on that.
I'll just fill the middle. If you have like a good like Feywild picture you want to use, I can just put like
Sure,
a blank
I'll
in
get
the
you
middle.
something.
Yeah, I'll put
Yeah.
something just blank in the middle until we
Okay.
adopt somebody.
Yeah,
Apparently,
for sure.
Admira has said she thinks she knows who we're gonna adopt because you've been
There's
talking
one.
to her.
There's one that I would like you to adopt, but we'll see.
Yeah. So.
Good night.
All right.
Good night.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out and coming along for the ride. I'm so glad everyone enjoyed the work I put into that. It took a while. It was like weeks of work to get that all together, but I enjoyed doing it. And now, I'm gonna go ahead and send the raid over to Necromantic Nail. He is playing the Thaumaturge. So, take care, have a good night. I will see you for stream later this week. Bye.